Here with head coach Danny Padron after the Bulldogs' big win on the road in Marshall against East Texas Baptist. Coach, now 4-0 against East Texas Baptist. What's the magic trick for beating the Tigers?
If I knew that, I would keep it. I guess we would use it all the time. But just one of those things. We play well against them. We match up well against them, I guess. But to be honest, Jim, there is no explanation for it. Our kids we just play good. So we'll take it though.
And you win again on the road. Now 3-0 on the road this year, and a road streak going back to last year, which you've always seemed to play well on the road. What's factored into you playing well on the road?
Well, I think we've done a good job as far as taking care of our kids on the road. Just we get plenty of rest, we get plenty of preparation. I think that we go to first class places, and our kids are really content, and they're just like I said, it really doesn't matter where we play. And so we enjoy our routine there, and just good things are happening for us.
On offense, you put up another a great game, a school record amount of total offense for you, 701 yards. You score 64 points. Talk about the positives from lots of positives, obviously, but talk about some of those that you would key in on from that game.
Well, the thing I was really, or the thing we were really happy about was with the ability to run the football. We needed to do that in order to control the clock as much as we can. We kept the ball away from their offense. And so, Brent and the receivers did a great job. Our linemen did a great job protecting. For some reason, they didn't rush us as hard. They were looking for screens and stuff. And I guess that one interception kind of paid off for them. But I think overall, we're throwing the ball and they're not putting pressure on Brent as much. And so, whether it's our offensive lineman or their game plan, I don't know what it was. But we're able to do what we want to do, throw it and run it. And when you can do stuff like that, you're pretty tough to defend.
And you had an injury on the offensive line. Joey Zakira goes out early. Torrey Reyes, who had come back from injury for you, steps in and does a good job for you on that O-line as a center.
No question. Yeah, Torrey's a good football player. He was a starter basically, and he kind of reclaimed his spot again with Joey being hurt. So we're kind of banged up. We've got some issues there, and so we're gonna kind of worried about our situation, but we got to get some guys to step up and we're ready to go.
That game was back and forth against ETBU. It was a 6-point game in the third quarter, and then you outscored them 17-0 in the fourth. A couple of key interceptions by Drake Dowling. Your defense able to get some pressure on their quarterback. You were able to knock out another quarterback and get to a backup. And talk about the difference your defense made there late in the game.
I thought our coaching staff did a great job preparing our kids, and they were the #1 ranked offense in the nation, D3, and so I think our guys, did a great job preparing our guys, and I think that was the key for us. It doesn't look like we played very much defense with a score, but we did. I mean, we had to shut those guys down in critical situations. Drake made those 2 interceptions, and with the pressure from the defensive line, I thought we had to hold up on some spots, and we did. And so we made some plays on defense, and that was gratifying.
You were able to get up 16-0 on 2 crazy plays. I don't know if you've ever seen a safety like that, and then a play in the end zone where the interceptor fumbles the ball and Deion Barnes is there to pounce on it. What did you see on those 2 plays?
Well, we talk about, is it by chance or is it by choice? And so our preparation helped us to get it by choice. You always kind of say, oh, that's lucky, but Deion's stripping the ball and staying after it and coming up with the ball, and of course our special teams, I think were huge all night, and so they're able to put pressure and get down the field. Of course, the guy made a wrong mistake, picked the ball up in the field and ran in the end zone. So we'll take those. We'll take them, whether you call it by chance or by choice, but we certainly think that our guys were prepared for those plays.
Well, Tyler Bates, their returner, had such a big game the week before,
yes,
nearly returning 3 kickoff returns for touchdowns. You guys did a great job of shutting him down with Tyler kicking it where he needed to kick it and coverage on the kickoffs.
Yeah, I thought overall we did a great job on our special teams. We had that one little miscue on the punt team,
and he makes 2 field goals, which are big for his confidence and big for the team. Two quality field goals for him this past week against ETBU.
That was good to see, and it was good. Tyler worked so hard. He's such a great young man, and So when good things happen to good people, it's just kind of a good thing, and I'm kind of glad he was able to kick those in.
Well, ETBU was the number 1 ranked total offense in the country. Now you are the number 1 ranked total offense in the country, and your quarterback, Brent Peavy, now ranked number 1 in total offense in Division III. What do you take from being ranked that high and by a good margin in both of those categories, Brent and your total offense? What does that say to you when you look at those rankings, or does it mean much at all?
Well, it's certainly a compliment to our kids. You know, we think we're doing some good things, but you know, you're only as good as this week's game. You know, and so we've got, you know, those things are nice, but what's important are the victories. That's the thing. And I think Brent will be the first one to say, you know, it wasn't just him. You know, he has great receivers that are making some great plays, and our offensive line is providing holes for our backs and protection for him. And so it's a team thing. And our defense getting the ball back for us in timely situations and special teams. And so it's a team. It's a team game. So I think Brent would be the first one to say that. So
your wide receiver, Cameron Peavy, another big game, just 2 yards shy of the school record, his own school record for receiving yards in a game, and then he ties his own school record for receiving touchdowns in a game. What do you see when you see Cameron go out on a route?
You know, he's gotten bigger. He got bigger this summer and kept the same speed, so he's a lot stronger. And so that, you know, people that elect to play us one-on-one, they have to deal with him. You know, he's really developed as far as running good pass routes, and he's a guy that we match up with people. You know, they're going to put the safety on him, and they're not as strong as their corners. You know, corners can run a little bit, and these safeties are a little bit slower, but they're more physical, and that's what I think that size has helped Cameron to be able to fight against those guys and run good routes and get open. And of course, you know, I think Tyler Figgle's another guy, another inside receiver that has made some great plays and stuff. So you can't just concentrate on Cameron. You know, we've got receivers Lewis Williams and Dustin Hannon and Jacob Tingle. We've got a bunch of those guys, Deion Barnes. And so we've got 6 or 7 guys we can roll in there. So we're very pleased with our receivers.
And then you talked about your running game earlier. Your backs, Marquise Parole and A.J. Salcedo, continue to produce for you on the ground. And we saw the freshman Connor Davis get some time this week in the backfield. And what can you say about those running backs, and what do you see from them?
It's, you know, I shake my head every time I look at those guys. I say, there's no way these guys can play college ball. But, you know, you can measure them size-wise, but that heart is what separates those guys. They're hard workers. They run hard. There's no fear. They give it their all. And we're still waiting on Dom. You know, Dominic, hopefully he'll be healthy one day and will also give us another spark at that running back. So we think we've got a good group of running backs, and they all work hard. They're not afraid to block. They take their little 150-pound bodies. I don't know how much they weigh, but they get after it. They really play hard.
ETBU showed a lot of blitzes, I thought, and it seemed like AJ and Marquise were there to make the block and give Brent that extra amount of time.
Yeah, they did, and you know, that says a lot about it. You know, they understand about team and giving up and having to sacrifice sometimes, and they've taken some beatings doing that, but they've shown no fear.
Well, we go into this week, maybe one of the biggest games in TLU, certainly D3 era, one of the biggest games for TLU football. Chance to win a conference title for the first time in school history. You face Austin College, and what's the mindset? I know you always preach taking every game as it is and not putting too much stock into one game over another, but is there something special about this week, or you just...
There's no question it's special. I mean, it is. It's an opportunity that doesn't present itself very often. But you know, we've got to prepare the same way. We got to work hard. We've got to practice hard. We know that Austin College is very capable. They're a well-coached football team. They're smart kids, and they play hard. We've always played in close games. You know, we had a chance to just go over there and blow them out. And so we're expecting another tough one on Saturday. So we just got to take them one play at a time and practice that way too.
All right, and so a chance for the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference title. Head coach Danny Padron, the Bulldogs, kick off at 1 p.m. this week at Matador Stadium. Coach, best of luck this week.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.